Hey guys, it's Robin, RsIslandCrafts. This is Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, July 3rd, 2018. I hope all my Canadian friends had a lovely weekend with Canada Day on Sunday. I hear the fireworks up there are spectacular. And I hope all my American friends are looking forward to a fun-filled and safe 4th of July coming up tomorrow. We have some pretty spectacular fireworks here too. Hubby and I tend to, now that all the kids are older and they moved off onto their own and they're going out and hanging out with their own friends and doing their thing, we like to, where our house is located, we can look out our front door and we can see the 4 main fireworks from the different cities. Now, of course, it's not right up into your face, but you can see it up into the sky just as well. So yeah, so we'll sit out here. Hubby and I will go out to the driveway and we'll watch the main fireworks that are coming off across the front of our house. And then we have neighbors and all around us that also light off their own fireworks. We have 2 neighbors behind us that are directly across the street from each other. There's just empty fields between our house and theirs, so it's really easy to see. And they have what we call firework battles. One neighbor will light off something really good, and then another neighbor, he has to do this, try to one-up them and have a better firework. So we let them spend their $1,000 and light off fireworks everywhere, because first of all, you got to spend all that money, and when you're done, you got to clean up the mess. Fireworks leave a big mess. Now, I've always said I'm a very paranoid person, and I worry about people's houses catching on fire. Those fireworks come up in the sky, and you can see the bits of it, and I'm just going to call them embers for whatever they're called, but you can see the embers coming down, and they land in the ground, and we found bottle rockets and everything in our yard the next day many times. So until they're all done, last weekend, this weekend, the 4th of July, and probably next weekend, I do get a little bit concerned that they're going to burn someone's house down. But I hope whatever you're doing, you guys have fun with your friends and family, some good food, be safe with the fireworks, be responsible with your drinking, but have fun. Enjoy it. Everyone seems to be very, very busy and stressful right now this year. It seems to be a little bit rough. Every year seems to get worse than the year before. So everyone needs to kind of relax a little, and I hope you guys all have fun. Now that I have the 3 t-shirt quilts done and mailed off, and they should have been received on Monday, I've had a little bit of time to just put around the craft room, do a little bit of cleaning and organizing, getting things ready for whatever I want to work on next, and to start some new projects. Let's see what I worked on. I finished my weekly dishcloth. I'll be adding that to the pile. My daughter texted me the other day. She's got herself a new setup. She's added a table to her desk. So she has a nice little work area and a gaming area. And she asked me, "Hey Mom, do you still make coasters?" I'm like, "No, I don't make coasters no more." I said, "Of course I still make coasters. My darling daughter, sweetest child, what would you like?" She's like, "I need a new coaster for my room." So I'm like, "Okay, my daughter needs a coaster. Let me make 6. Her favorite color is red. I had this blue, it was the pre-quilted stuff, but it has that polyester quilting in it, and it was very, very thin. So I thought, well, I better put some cotton batting in. I did a little test to see if this would keep the water from going through her desk, and as we already knew, it did not, and I had to go ahead and I had to beef this up a little bit. So I have this, which has the blue fabric and the polyester batting. Then I added a piece of cotton batting and red. Red's her favorite color. She got a deal on some blue bedding, so her room is actually blue. I just, even the last postcard I was making, I used green thread, so I even left a green thread in there, and I just stitched all the way around. Did a little extra to hold the batting in, and voila, there you go. So she's got 3 of these reversible red-blue combos. And I also had this fun fabric. It has the brown with the aqua and the lime green on one side, and then the other side was this lime green with all the different bubbles. So I thought, well, that would be fun for her. It doesn't necessarily match her room, but, I mean, come on, it's a coaster. It's not going to really matter. So once again, it has that little thin bit of polyester batting in there. So I took 2 of these, and so that they would reversible, I had one this way and one this way, and just stacked them up, and I put a piece of cotton batting in between. So it is cotton, polyester batting, cotton fabric, cotton batting, and once again, cotton fabric, polyester batting, and cotton. So it's nice and sturdy. It's still equal enough and not too lumpy to be able to put your drink on it and not have it fall over. And knowing my daughter, as she uses it, she uses the same cup over and over again. She'll have that one permanent ring where it just sits there because it's a coaster and she's not going to wash them. But I thought that would be fun. She can have that either way. So she's now got 6 coasters and she'd be very pleased to have them. Generally, whenever my kids ask for something, I do the best I can to make that for them because I know they really appreciate it and they don't always ask that often. And if you follow me on my regular YouTube, you know I've been going crazy making fabric postcards. I still need to finish these off, most of them, but a lot of them, they have at least the front all quilted down and the back just needs to be added to it. So this is what's been taking up most of my time during the day because I've been having fun, as you can see. I think I have close to 30 of them now. These are 2 of my newer ones. I really love these kind of flowers like this. And I'm going to put this button on, but I have to go ahead because I sewed the button on before I stitched everything down. So I need to take this button off, stitch everything down, re-stitch it on, but I didn't want to lose the button or the thread that I was using, so I just kind of stuck it through like that. I think I mentioned before that I'd started a new pair of socks for my son Robbie. This pair is I'm ready for the heel to start on that, so I just went ahead and stopped. He's been wanting a pair of rainbow socks, so I found these. Now, while it's not exactly a rainbow, but it has most of the right colors in there. This is, I don't know how it's coming across on the screen, but this is actually more of a blue purple than a purple purple, but it's okay. I think they're really cool. And I've made it past the toe on his other sock. They say you can knit much faster if you enjoy the yarn and you're always waiting to see what colors come up next. And they're kind of right, because as you're going round and round, you'll see the new colors coming up onto the needle, coming through on your yarn. I don't know, it just kind of motivated me more. Before I knew it, I already had a whole foot done. So I'm hoping I'll still have some time to work on these during the day. I mean, he's not going to see them till Christmas because they're part of his box of socks for Christmas. But if I finish these, then I can find some new yarn to play with. Every night after dinner, I've been working on a project. I've been choosing basically a knitting project. Something that's not too difficult because after dinner sometimes, well, let's just face it, almost every night, I tend to doze off for maybe 20 or 30 minutes after dinner. It's my little evening nap before bed. So I've been trying to find different knitting projects that I can work on. Last one, it was my red, white, and blue scarf, so now that one's finished. So I pulled out this shawl. You're going to be able to see it better when it's actually finished and I can show it off to you properly. But before I started working on it every night, I think I was only up to about here. And now I've managed to get all the way up to here. So it's starting out with the light gray and it's moved into the dark gray. And it's got a lot of these little drop stitches for some lace work in it. So this is going to be a fun little shawl. So this is my current nighttime project. And once I finish this one, then I'll go ahead and I'll pick up another project and work on that until that's finished. Because I really need to get all these UFOs off my needles so I can start new ones. I just purchased a new shawl pattern. It was 50% off, so I couldn't pass up the deal this weekend. And oh, I am dying to cast that on. But I'm being a very good girl and I'm not casting it on until this one's finished because I still have a second shawl on the needles that needs to get completed. Those are the main projects that I've been working on during the day and at night. We do have some new postcards come in. I'm sorry, I forgot about this one last week. This is it's more of a card, but it's still the same. It's a postcard. If I was really picky, I could always just cut this off and hang it up, but it'll be fine like this. So this one's from the Bristol or the Virginia, Tennessee line. I got a little note that came with this card, and let me just go ahead and read it to you. So, I mean, we've been learning a little bit about each of the states as people let us know what's going on in their area. This is a view of the main street in the city where I live, Bristol, Virginia, Tennessee. It shows a sunrise over our sign that spans the 2 states, declaring it a good place to live. So this isn't actually printed on the card. This is an actual sign. You can kind of see the little metal that's going up there. The red and green lights that are shown beneath the sign are the railroad crossing. In the early days, Bristol was one of the most popular stops on the railroad, and many hotels and boarding houses sprang up in the surrounding areas, but are now just memories with a few lingering tall tales of their adventure. It's kind of sad when a lot of these cities, the old things that were happening have kind of like crumbled to the ground. They've remodeled enough to where no longer are the hotels from the past. So it's nice when you can come across the old timers that still tell the stories, or if you can find the postcards and the pictures of the olden days, the way things used to look. Behind the sign and to the left is the First Baptist Church, which is one of the oldest churches in the city. Brass markers are laid in the pavement that mark which state you are in, and is a popular place for tourists to stand and have pictures taken with 1 foot in each state. In this view, Virginia is on the left and Tennessee is on the right. And as you're going through, you'll have American flags mixed in with the state flags on each side. So this is one of those places where it's really cool. You can, they can have the 4 corners over in the west where you can put 1 foot in each different state. And I think that's really kind of neat. I always liked when we were traveling, as you're crossing the state lines, like, okay, 1 minute we're in Florida. No, look, now we're in Georgia. It's just kind of, I mean, both states are the same. It's not like it's anything different from one side or the other, but it's just really kind of cool that you can stand and be in 2 states at the same time. Also got some cards from California. This one's from the wine country. This is one of those tourist ones for, tourism where they're saying, hey, springtime is a great time for wine country. Why don't you send in a little note to your friends? So you probably find these at a lot of the welcome centers they have in the States and stuff like that. And this one just made me laugh. Yours for only just under $1 million. Fixer-upper, right? It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, mature landscaping, great neighborhood, roof needs work. Yeah, great neighborhood. Look, mature landscaping. Yeah. We have, I'm really surprised at some of our houses down here. We have a few $1 million homes in our area now, too. Well, now we have actually several. It was a big deal when the first $1 million home came in, but now there's tons of them. Now, with this postcard, I also received this lovely gift. These are spool pin doilies. They're made from little crochet thread. I have a project in mind for these. I already know what I'm going to do and use these for. And nope, they're not going on postcards. They remind me of just regular crochet. But I guess if you can't crochet, or it's, something that bothers your shoulder or something, you could do this spool pin doilies. And I'd imagine you could probably just keep going out. I don't know anything about this process. I'm going to have to look it up on YouTube and see. But these are just wonderful. I love these. Thank you so much. I don't know when I'm going to get to the project, but I'm keeping it at the forefront of my mind so I don't forget about it, because I do have an idea. So that's it for me. A bunch of rambling, a ton of postcards, and a little bit of crafts here and there. I'm just going to keep on keeping on, and whatever gets my interest this week, that's what I'm going to work on. I have no actual projects that are demanding my time, so I'm just going to have a little bit of fun. I hope you guys have an amazing 4th. Please be safe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!